What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Adam, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Amazon Prime show, Spider-Man Noir, starring Nicolas Cage playing a web-slinging private detective in New York City in the 1930s. I just watched all 8 episodes, so let's get into it. So before we get to the actual review, let me get you caught up real quick on the background of the story. You might remember Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man from the Spider-Verse movies, playing Spider-Man Noir, heavily remembered as being a black and white character Spider-Man due to its animation style. This show is connected to that version, but in its own timeline. So there's no specific Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse references. It's a standalone story, so no worries about having to do this for homework or anything. Just enjoy it as a standalone show. This version of the character is Ben Riley, a private detective post World War II in New York. He used to fight crime as the Spider, but after losing someone he loved really dearly, he gave up the mask and lived a normal life. Right off the back, this got me very interested in visiting the show. Heavily leans into the noir style, tone, and dialogue, especially being set into the 1930s. And of course, I was watching it in black and white. You have the option to switch it to color, but I think just the preferred method from the directors and producers said is to watch it in black and white. So that's what I did. All right, this is why you clicked onto the video. So let's break it down. I'm going to be going over 5 categories: atmosphere. I'm going to go over Nicolas Cage, the supporting cast, the story, and rewatchability. First thing I want to talk about is the atmosphere of the show. You can heavily see right off the back the black and white visuals alone is its own character in itself. Every episode is crafted to make you feel like you're living or watching a film from the 1950s that goes for the rain, the cars, the trench coats, the the heavy alcohol use, the cigarettes. Everything about this film makes you feel well lived in into this time period. If you're a film nerd, you would definitely enjoy these visuals make you feel. If you're not, if you think it's a gimmick, it actually serves the story pretty well, in my opinion. Let's talk about Nicolas Cage. I can see in this type of setting that he was thriving. He always plays wacky characters, and I see he actually genuinely enjoys playing these type of roles. Few episodes are a little bit of a slow burn just because Nicolas Cage is playing more of the Ben Riley character, playing it more like the PI, cool and reserved. But that's supposed to be the character. In the story, Ben Riley is a broken man who's kind of checked out, given up the superhero life, more focused on drinking and just trying to survive. And then around episode 4 and 5, Cage starts being full Nicolas Cage. I mean, bringing out the quips, the jokes, the high energy, the high emotions. I thought it was very charming. It's very funny and very wacky. And that's Nicolas Cage summed up for you. I mean, in regards to Lamorne Morris as the nosy newspaper reporter, playing Robbie Lee Chun Lee. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but we're playing the nightclub singer Cat Hardy. And of course, we can't forget about Brendan Gleeson. Played a very great villain. Every time he was on screen, it was very captivating, and especially when there's a certain voice he uses, man, it's just very menacing, and it puts you into that uh style of character, and it makes you feel like it's very lived in. In regards to the story, this is where I kind of pump the brakes a little bit. The writing is a little bit dense, and I know there's multiple writers on this show. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of secrets being kept, and a lot of shifting motives. Sometimes that works, but sometimes it gets lost into the weeds, and there's a lot happening with not too much payoff. Some supporting characters we meet along the way get more screen time, while some are pushed back less. Like for instance, I know Robbie was a heavily used character for Nicolas Cage's character Ben Riley, but I wish we got a little bit more of the assistant, the secretary. I really enjoyed her character. I thought she brought a very lighthearted tone to the story, and she's actually very useful in the story, which I hope they included a little bit her more into the story. In regards to the Cat Hardy character, I thought Lee Chun Lee played a very great role. She is just playing the manipulative type of girlfriend, just trying to get by, trying to do what she can to survive in this time period. Of course, throughout the story, you see she's in love with Flint Marco, which he's caught up with a lot of business with Silvermane. And she knows that he has some special abilities playing the same man. And she is just trying to find any way to help him get out of this type of situation and trying to live a peaceful life. So throughout the show, you see that she flips back and forth in regarding to helping Ben Riley's character move through his emotions and being next to him and talking through some heavy topics. But as you see, she's in it for herself and she's always been in love with Flint Marco. So she will do anything it takes to see their relationship work. And that means double crossing him and giving them up to the scientist, or we call it the mother. I can't quite remember her name, but that's what happens. In regards to rewatchability, I felt like it was a good, complete story. Just a lot that could have been touched on, but it's okay. I'm hoping we get a season two in regards to Spider-Man Noir. It doesn't heavily rely on cameos or gimmicks in regards to, oh, look at that in the background type of show. It's just good standalone story, and I enjoyed it really well. It feels contained and it succeeds often more than it fails. So I respect that a lot. You can rewatch this and catch things you missed in the first time, possibly. I just want to touch a little bit more about Nicolas Cage's character. The charm, the timing, the weirdness he brings, it just fits perfect in this timepiece of Spider-Man. And of course, Spider-Man is always known to be quippy, which fits Nicolas Cage's character really well. I know usually in the comics, Ben Riley character is a little bit more dark, but I like the little change of pace. I enjoyed it. Like I said, the storyline part could be a little bit more to be desired, as I can say. But here's the thing: this isn't just a superhero show. It doesn't connect to the Spider Verse. It doesn't connect to the MCU. It's its own standalone story, which is its biggest strength. And I gotta give Amazon Prime its props. I mean, they could be making shows like this the whole time, and instead we got the garbage movies of Craven the Hunter and the worst one of all, uh, Madam Web. So my final verdict, I'm gonna give Spider-Man Noir a 7.25 out of 10. Why the 0.25, you say? Well, the way I like to do my rankings on shows is I actually like to rank and rate every episode, especially if it's a smaller one, not like One Piece. Rank every episode, add all those numbers up and divide it by how many episodes, and that's where we get the number. What can I say? Nicolas Cage delivered. The atmosphere this world builds is great. Definitely watch it in black and white. That makes the whole point of the show. The supporting cast is great and it supports Nicolas Cage's character. Story stumbles a little bit, but it doesn't derail the whole show. So that was my full breakdown on Spider-Man Noir. I want to know what you're landing on. Did you watch it in black and white or did you watch it in? And be honest, did Nicolas Cage surprise you in this role, or did you think he was a little bit too much? Drop in the comments and let us know. I read every single one. So does Austin and so does Maynard. If you're new here to the Z-Listers channel, we do movies and TV show reviews every week like this, just giving our real and honest opinions. Subscribe so you don't miss any other of our new reviews. We do a lot of rankings. We do some games. Anything that y'all recommend, we'll be willing to do. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, and feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube. Links are below. And so we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.